Good morning, world. First off, we want to have a shout out to our veterans. We're filming this on Veterans Day. I know this won't get released until tomorrow, but we wanted to thank all of you veterans for giving us the freedom to do these goofy channels and for living life free here in the United States of America.
Absolutely. Today on Cedric and Brian, BLM co-founder says she wants something for the Biden vote. I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian, and this is Cedric and Brian. All right, when Cedric and I were getting ready to film this episode, we were filming our Veterans Day episode live. So if you didn't see that yesterday, you missed it. But all of a sudden, I saw this come across my phone. It says, BLM co-founder sends message to Biden, we want something for our vote. And that's by the Marxist, Patrisse Cullors.
Yes.
Who, if you didn't see our past episodes about, maybe 3 months ago now, where Patrisse Cullors and the other co-founders came out as Marxists. So we're not just saying Marxist to be mean. They call themselves
Marxists.
So now they want something for their vote. So we're going to just go over this article.
Yeah. So we're going to read it here because, like Brian said, this is really literally hot off the presses. It says Black Lives Matter co-founder Patrisse Cullors requested a meeting with President-elect Joe Biden.
Hey, let's stop right there.
Okay. I knew you
would.
We're
filming this on 11/11, okay, Veterans Day of 2020. Nobody, not one state has certified the election.
Nope.
So he's not president-elect. I know he may end up being the president-elect. But this is what the media has been doing. If you've been following the media, they're doing that. Act as if. So It's a very good strategy when you're a business person. You act as if so that you can move forward. But as journalists and as media organizations, they're supposed to actually give you the news and the facts, which we know they don't.
Right.
And so again, they're using this president-elect. So I just wanted to interrupt. Sorry for interrupting.
No. That's
it's because we were going to talk about more of the controversy, but I know you've had it up to here with that, and it's going to play out how it plays out. But then I saw this, and so we'll keep going. Sorry. Go ahead.
The question is, why not meet with current President Trump about the same thing? Because
they didn't give him his vote.
Right. Well, they did because, like we said in our last couple of videos, President Trump received the black voter count went up, the Latino count went up, the gay count went up. The only place that he lost votes was in white heterosexual males.
You keep rubbing it in, don't you?
I'm not rubbing it. I'm just pointing out facts.
I know.
So it goes on to say. So Patrisse Cullors wants to meet with President-elect Joe Biden to discuss the movement's agenda. Now, I gotta stop there real quick. The movement's agenda. We all know what their agenda is. If you don't know what it is, hopefully Brian will put a
defund the police
link at the end that shows what we talked about, what their mission statement is. To get away with the modern family.
No, they got rid of that. They're hiding that now.
Well, they hid it.
I know. If you look back to the old one, they don't like the, I forget the term they used, but they don't like the regular structured family.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she wants to discuss the movement's agenda and lay out expectations for the incoming administration. For those of you who don't know, someone put a nice comment in our last video when Brian said we're going to try and do some more education. Today's word, if Brian can put up here, is lobbyist. Now, back in the days, I think it was Lincoln or who it was, presidents would go from hotel to hotel while they're traveling, and people who had a certain agenda they wanted to present would wait in the hotel lobby because there wasn't a thing as Secret Service back then and police like that, so they can get to them very easily, and that way you can get the president in the lobby, push your agenda, pay him off, whatever it took, and you could lobby for your position. Thus, you got the term lobbyist.
Oh, thank you. I did not know that. See, we told you we would educate you. All right. Do you want me to go on?
Yes.
Okay. And this is Patrisse Cullors saying this again. Without the resounding support of black people, we would be saddled with a very different electoral outcome. So as Cedric said, this was the lowest percentage of black people voting for a Democrat in a long time. So other than BLM, your average black person, Cedric, of course, his whole voting career has voted on the right. But this is the lowest percentage of black people that a Democrat has had in a long, long time.
But this whole quid pro quo thing is what it really bugs me. Like, we gave you our vote. Now you owe us something.
Yeah. So I'll keep reading because I have a comment on that. Then she says, quote, "In short, black people won this election." Okay, let's go on. All right, so Colors plans to hold Biden's feet to the fire. Just continue on with this this article here, and we found this on the Fox News site. We can go on about Fox News, whose ratings have plummeted.
That'll be our next video.
Saying that black people, quote, "want to be heard and our agenda to be prioritized." So,
now here's the thing. I have a running joke with a friend of mine, and I think I've told you about this joke, is that I know certain things about the black community because I get invited to the meeting. Brian doesn't get invited to the meeting. I wasn't invited to this meeting.
oh my goodness.
So the fact that she's saying that she wants to talk about our agenda and what we want as black people, I didn't get an email, I didn't get an evite, I got nothing regarding this meeting.
Well, we're probably on the list, that's why.
Oh, we might be on AOC's list.
AOC's list,
Oh,
and she's
geez.
probably shared it with Patrice Cullors, so you're part of the population that has to be called out and, I don't know, arrested, sent to the
So she's going down the
gulags.
list, saw my name, Cedric Benson, scratch him off the list.
Yeah, so he's conservative. Boom, no longer black.
But my pigment should allow me to be on the list.
No, it doesn't. Pigment has nothing to do with it anymore. Or does it? I don't know. I get confused.
Candace Owens, holler at your boy. We got to get together and talk about this.
All right, so let me go out. Let's see, there was more good stuff on here. Biden also promised to create an economic plan that provides housing, education, and financial support to Black and Latino communities who have been disproportionately affected by the coronavirus pandemic. Okay, so a couple things. And of course, those of you who watch our channel probably watch other alternative medias. So you know that Trump had the lowest unemployment for Black and Latino communities. So what Biden is promising is what Democrats have been doing since the 60s. He's been promising handouts, which does not help. Any of you who have kids, if you just keep giving your kids stuff and they don't earn it, they don't care about it. So Biden is just the status quo. He's part of the swamp. He's part of what Trump was trying to get rid of. And here he is now trying to placate BLM and Patrice Cullors in the same way that they've been doing for, the 47 years he's been in office.
Yeah, it's that term that Candace coined called the Democratic plantation. You keep giving them stuff and giving them stuff and giving them stuff. Next thing you know, you own them and they can't get out because you've weakened them and they don't know how to work for themselves.
So what's funny is we brought up on our last video, Joe Biden always goes out there and he always says stuff that he stole from somebody else, by the way. He says there are no red states, there are no blue states, there's only United States. Well, apparently here, there is a white United States and a black United States, and he has to placate and give things to the black part of the United States because we're separate. So he's saying on one hand, let's unite under red states and blue states, but he's saying here, we have to separate black and white because I have to give Patrice Cullors and her BLM organization special treatment.
That sums it up.
Joe Biden just wants to give them stuff so they have to keep coming back to him and the Democratic Party to get stuff. Trump helped the community by giving them opportunity zones, and they took advantage of it. We had the highest black-owned businesses during his administration, the lowest unemployment. There's a good guy we watch on TikTok, and I don't know if he's still on there, John Dawson.
Yes.
He has his own business, successful, black American, conservative, obviously, when it comes to fiscal part of the equation, because he says you create your own wealth, you create your own opportunities, and that's exactly what Trump did. Biden is going back to the old, like Cedric said, plantation mentality. Give it to them so they have to suck off our teat. You didn't quite say it like that, right?
Yes, you said that well. But like you always said, though, it's have equal opportunity, because equal opportunity doesn't necessarily mean equal outcome. Mm-hmm. You can give people the same opportunity, but the results are going to be different depending on how hard you work.
So we were hoping, maybe that I mean, obviously we didn't want Biden to win. We don't want him to win. It's not over. But it looks like the same old thing. Black Lives Matter isn't going out. Now they're getting emboldened, basically saying they gave Biden the election, which is silly.
For you.
Which is silly since it was the least percentage of black people in years.
This really sounds like every mafia movie I've seen. It does. It's like we did this for you. Now you owe us something.
Well, remember the Chaz Chop? They go to those businesses.
Yeah.
And they do it now in the streets. Raise your hand and say Black Lives Matter. Otherwise, there may be some violence coming your way.
This is a damn shame.
Damn shame. So, anyways, we just had one topic for you today.
Yeah, to make this quick, but we're going to have more coming down the pipeline, obviously. And like Brian said in our last video, we're going to continue to educate. And if you just take one little nugget of information from our video every day, then we've done our job and help you feel comfortable sharing that with other people in your circle of influence. Yep. Anything else you want to add?
No, like we said, we'll never run out of topics for our channel because it just literally popped up 5 minutes before we started this video.
Right. Well, like Brian always says, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you ring that bell, and if you didn't do it yesterday, and then we have a special day called Veterans Day. Today's not too late. This coming weekend's not too late. If you see a veteran, go up and give him a handshake, buy him a cup of coffee, buy him a meal, and tell him thank you that we get to enjoy all the liberties that we have, and we live in the greatest country that there is, regardless of all the nonsense that's going on at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm actually on my way after we film this to take my father, who was in the Army, and my brother-in-law, who was in the Navy, and we're going to dinner tonight for Veterans Day.
Yes, I called my father as well on the way over here. Shout out to Fred Benson, who served in the Army. Thank you. And
Freddie B.
Freddie B. They didn't use nicknames like that back then. That sounds too close to Cardi B. Don't do that again. That's insulting. Okay, but make sure you guys keep watching. We appreciate you, and be good out there. Until next time, I'm Cedric.
And I'm Brian. We'll see you in the next episode.